Greetings, I'm Dr. Sean Reed, author of The Dating Toolbox, available on Amazon.com. So, today I want to talk about the fact that you must start conversations with women. You must talk to women. This is the absolute foundation of becoming successful with women. Let's talk about why a little bit, okay? The reason why we just had a video on I just made a video on the importance of challenge in a relationship. And I argued that you really can't fake challenge. In order to be a challenge to women, you must have other options. So what other options mean is that you must have other women in your life in order for you to be a challenge to any particular woman. So there may be one woman you have very high interest in her, you like her a lot. If she is the only woman in your life, you're going to obsess on her. So that is why you must always have options. And the root of options come from our ability to open women, starting conversations with them, and talking to women. That is the core. And really, your whole dating success is dependent upon this. I like to give the analogy, most of my viewers are going to be too young to remember this, but before cell phones, when I was young, a million years ago, 45 years ago, 40 years ago, guys would have something called their black book. We didn't have cell phones back then. Today, you just enter a phone number into your cell phone. Back then, you had what is known as a black book, and that would be a book with women's phone numbers in it, okay? So if your black book has lots of phone numbers, you are naturally going to be a challenge, okay? So again, the key to becoming a challenge is to have options, and we develop options by our ability to constantly get phone numbers, okay? Now, the big problem I run into here is mindset and confidence. We have to understand, we have to be fearless. I have a video, I called it Date Like a Samurai. We have to be fearless when it comes to going after women's phone numbers, okay? You've got to understand you won't always be successful. There will be, and again, this is all part of our screening process. You know, sometimes you'll go and talk to a woman, she'll be friendly, she might give you her phone number. More often than not, that won't happen, okay? So let's discuss that a little bit. When you go to get a woman's phone number, one of four things can happen. But what you need to understand is only one of those things are really bad, okay? And we'll talk about that in a moment. So you need to understand that when you go to get a woman's phone number, chances are 99% that nothing bad will happen. Let's talk about those four things that can happen. So when you go to talk to a woman, we call this starting a conversation. Let's say you successfully start this conversation. You chat with this woman a little bit. Back when I was younger, we would look at our watch. Today, you look at your phone, you say, hey, I've got to get somewhere, but I'd love to talk to you some other time. Can I get your phone number? Okay. And she gives you her phone number. That's scenario one. You successfully open her and you successfully get her phone number. Okay. That's one thing that can happen. And that obviously is the best thing that can happen. Number two on our list of four things that can happen is you successfully open her. Okay. You start a conversation with her, chat her up. You stay witty, you stay light, you stay clever. 3-4 minutes you're talking to her. You ask for that phone number and she says, oh man, I like talking to you, but I've got a boyfriend. So sorry, I can't give you your phone number. Okay. What you need to understand is this probably will happen more often than anything else from our four scenarios. You'll talk to her and you'll get her phone number and you won't get her phone number. Guys, don't be discouraged by this, okay? That actually is a success because you successfully open that woman. That means the next time you go to open a woman, you're going to be more successful. You're going to be more practiced, and you're going to increase the likelihood that you will get her phone number, okay? I'd like to see my guys starting conversations with 30 women a month. Sounds like a lot, but that's one woman a day. So I like you opening and starting conversations with one woman a day. I'll be honest with you guys. Even once I had gotten good, I was only getting 7 or 8 phone numbers a month. Okay, so look at it this way. I was only successful like about 65, 75% of the time, but that's okay because I was successfully starting conversations. I was getting phone numbers, and from those phone numbers, I was getting dates every month that eventually helped me to build a 3-woman dating rotation. Okay, so scenario number 2, you successfully open her and she doesn't give her phone number. Okay, the third scenario is you go to open her and you can't open her. She doesn't want to talk to you. Okay, and a lot of guys get devastated by that, but I'm telling you guys, that is perfectly okay. Let's say you open 30 women in a month and 10 of those women don't even want to talk to you. Okay, that's no big deal, guys. Because let me ask you this: are you any worse off after that than you were before? Right? No, you didn't have her number before, and now you don't have her number. BFD. Who cares? That's why we must be fearless with our dating. We must accept that sometimes some women won't want to talk to us. Some women won't give us their phone number. That's okay because that is our path to success. Now, the fourth thing can happen. This is the worst thing. This is what I don't want happening to you. The fourth thing that can happen is you don't even try. Okay? You don't even try. So you're going to go home later that night. You have no phone numbers. You didn't try, and you're going to have regret. You're going to wonder, hey, what if I had talked to that girl? So we're always opening, guys. We're constantly opening. We're constantly starting conversations. We're constantly hustling for phone numbers. I'll have other videos on how to get that number closed. There's a lot of material at that, but I want to cover some other points right now. Okay, what I want to talk about, so out of 4 things that can happen, only one is bad. So you have to view it that way. Okay, opening is a good thing. Now, let's talk about types of openers. A lot of you might be saying, I don't know what to say. Okay, what do I say? I see this beautiful woman. What do I say? There are 2 kinds of openers here. There are 2 kinds of what is known as game. Okay, again, this material comes from the seduction community. The seduction community was very vibrant and alive 20, 25 years ago, but it was canceled by modern culture, by feminists, okay? But I'm telling you, they know how to open women. So go back and look at that material. The problem in the seduction community, the reason they got canceled is all they wanted to do is just get laid, okay? But our goal is different. My goal personally was I wanted to get married. I wanted to develop strong relationships. I wanted to build a 3-woman rotation. I wanted to finally find that one very high quality woman for marriage. So my end goals are very different from the seduction community, but I learned from the seduction community a lot of tools, tricks, and methods of opening women. So we have 2 kinds of openers. We have natural openers. We call this natural game. This is what we all want to move towards, okay? We want to get to the point where we can see a woman and we can naturally flow into that argument, naturally flow into that discussion. We can naturally start a conversation. Natural openers is something as simple as, hi, I'm Sean. I saw you here. I thought I'd like to meet you. Hello. Okay. Or you can start with a compliment. Don't give any kind of sexual compliments, guys. And I don't even say a girl's pretty. I give a unique compliment. I'll compliment her maybe on her shoes or some jewelry she's wearing. You can go in with a compliment, okay? So there's natural game, okay? And I want to push everyone to ultimately becoming good at natural game. But in the meantime, we have something known as can game, rehearse game, practice openers, okay? What are some examples of these? I have my jealous girlfriend opener, which I'll talk about in a moment, and my grocery store opener, okay? I was talking the other day about places to meet women. A great place to meet women is in the grocery store. And a great opener in a grocery store, I see a beautiful woman that I like, that I want to talk to. I'll go up to her and I'll say, oh my gosh, can you believe the price of granola? It used to be $2 for a bag. Now it's $8. What do you think of that? Oh, you'll get them talking. Trust me. Oh, it's so expensive, blah, blah, blah. That is an opener right there. That's a great opener. Another one, more elaborate, is the jealous girlfriend opener. All right, the JGO. Here's how the jealous girlfriend opener, and I use this opener on my wife. And some people will say that the jealous girlfriend opener is dated. It belongs, it's from 25 years ago, but it works. So when I saw my wife, I was at Starbucks and she was sitting across quite a distance from me. Okay. And by the way, we'll talk about something called the 4-second rule. I saw her and at first I was overwhelmed by her beauty. She looks exactly, I have certain things, certain types that I like when I look at women. She had exactly the look that I like, and I needed to talk to her. And I wanted to talk to her. Ironically, back then, my system was pretty well developed. I was managing a 3-woman rotation, but when I saw my wife, I was still a bit overwhelmed, okay? So I fell back on a canned, rehearsed opener called Jealous Girlfriend Opener. So I walked up to her and I said, hey, can I get a female opinion on something? And she's like, sure. And I said, my roommate had this girlfriend for 5 years. They were engaged, they were gonna get married, but the relationship didn't work out and it eventually ended. That was more than a year ago. He now has this new girlfriend and she was cleaning out his closet and she found this box of pictures and letters from the old girlfriend, and now she's demanding that he throw these pictures and letters out. What should he do? Oh, she was, I would make him throw those out, blah, 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 blah. So I opened her with a Jealous Girlfriend Opener. It's an elaborate tool that's still effective. And then from there, we actually went shopping and eventually we got married. But the Jealous Girlfriend Opener is a great one. And that's another example of can game. Again, this video is getting a little bit long. I could get into detail, but there's a lot of material out there, and I'll do some other videos on the difference between canned openers and natural game openers. But it's okay to use both. A lot of people are adamantly opposed to any kind of canned openers because they feel it's inauthentic, it's fake. But it's okay, guys. You don't view it that way. It's all about getting comfortable in talking to women and opening women and starting conversation. I want to talk a little bit about the 4-second rule, okay? When you see a woman you like, you have 4 seconds. If you take longer than 4 seconds, bad things are going to happen. One, you're going to start to overthink it. I don't want you overthinking this. I want you naturally flowing into a conversation. So if you take more than 4 seconds, your insecurities are going to start to pop up. You're going to start to overthink. You're going to start to question things. So we always immediately open. Next, if you see a beautiful woman and you stare at her for more than 3 or 4 seconds, you're going to start to turn her off. So that's why we always want to immediately approach, and that's why I always strongly recommend we adhere to the 4-second rule. Okay, finally, I wanted to talk a little bit about age. This video is 13 minutes, so I don't want to get into it too extensively. But for example, you have to, I believe, open age appropriate. I'm 62 years old, and I'll be honest, turning 60 beat my face with an ugly stick. So I'm happily married. My wife is 15 years younger than me. She's beautiful. But realistically, if I were on the dating market, I would have to open age appropriate women, and that would probably be women over the age of 45. So again, guys, I don't want you out here thinking that I'm 62 and I'm opening up beautiful 22-year-olds. No, that's no longer the case. I could open beautiful 22-year-olds all the way well into my 40s. And I have a separate video on age and dating. You can date younger, you can open younger, but it has to be within reason. The general rule is half plus 7. But again, that's kind of going beyond the scope of this video. Okay, guys, so back to the main point. You must start conversations with women. This is the core of all our success with women. This is how you become a challenge. This is how you become successful. Guys, if you want to learn more, if you want to learn more about my system, please get my book. Take a look at my book. It's only $13 on Amazon.com. There's a link down below if you want to get the book. If you like what you saw and you heard today, please hit that like and subscribe button, and happy dating.